Hey, what's going on, Tanndemonium?
It comes back to the point. Rafalski, the shot, knocked down in front. First downs, and the Penguins have won the Stanley Cup.
Any chance they get. The fight clock is brought to you by Mobile.
I can't get Vince Carter. That Vince Carter spot is still on point for me, but that flying knee is just that's
it gets me every time.
absolutely. That gets me pumped to do this show. It really does.
Me too, man. And the music, it's like swelling up.
Yeah, it's like
all right. I've got a bunch of holes in my wall right here.
I literally just want to punch someone in their pelvis right now. Just go right up to them like, hey, how's it going? Pelvis! What's going on, Tanimals? This is another edition of the Tanndemonium Sports Show here on Vendetta Sports Media Network, and we are streaming live exclusively from our Twitch account right now. So the way things are going to go, a little couple things behind the scenes before we get into it. We got a special guest waiting in the wings. I'm going to get them real quick, but I just want to let you guys know real fast that we had to change a little couple things around where we're coming up in the world of the Twitchiverse.
It's because it's good news. It's because it's good news.
It's good news.
We've hit affiliate on Twitch,
absolutely.
And part of the affiliate agreement is that when we're streaming live, you have to stream it exclusively to Twitch. At least that's how, at least what it says in the affiliate agreement. Right. But on the bright side is that all podcasts and videos that we do, or anything that goes live, other types of streams that we do, will be up in some shape, form, or capacity on the YouTube sometime later. But if you want to be in the know and you want to interact with us, you got to be here live on Twitch with us.
Absolutely. And for those that are watching on YouTube tomorrow, hey guys, if you got a Prime account, follow us on Twitch, subscribe for free monthly, and guess what? You'll know when we're going live. All of our content will be live on Twitch first, and we will upload to YouTube after the fact, just so you guys know. So before we bring in our guests, this is something that I kind of wanted to lead the show with because it's something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. And this is the story coming out of Las Vegas. The Raiders. Carl Nassib, the defensive lineman for the Los Angeles Raiders, has come out as gay. And he is the first man on an NFL roster to announce that he's gay. Now, Michael Sam is the first gay man to be drafted gay man to be drafted into the NFL, but he didn't make the roster. But Carl Nassib he's been in the league for a couple years now. He's been doing his thing. He's an integral part to that Raiders defensive line. And this is what he had to say. He said, quote, "I'm at my house here in Westchester, Pennsylvania." Shout out to PA. "I just want to take a quick moment and say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. I really have the best life. I have the best family, friends, and job a guy could ask for." End quote. And Jackson, I want to say two things. One, good for him for feeling confident enough and strong enough to really come out and say what he felt he needed to say. And B, I think it absolutely sucks that he should even have to do that. He should, we should be in a world right now where it shouldn't matter to us who anyone is seeing, who anyone is dating. None of that should matter. What should matter is who we are as people. But the fact of the matter is that that's not the world we live in. And shame on all of these people, because I saw an individual on Twitter, and I'm not going to give the person's name, I'm not going to give them any validation, but they asked they asked an open-ended question that basically welcomed homophobic responses, and then deleted said tweet, and then came out and said, well, cancel culture breeds weakness. No, friend. Cancel culture don't build weakness. See, it's not even a cancel culture. It's accountability. See, the days of being able to say and do and act however you want without consequences over. And being able and saying, oh, we'll just get thicker skin and you'll be fine. That doesn't work, because there's a lot of folks out there, the folks that are in that get a thicker skin camp, that got some of the thinnest skin imaginable. And I'm talking paper thin. I'm talking wax paper thin. All right. I'm talking brown lunch bag gets splashed with in a puddle of water while you're on your way to school thin. So for those people that are giving Carl Nassib a hard time and whatnot, say it to his face so he can tear your skull out of your head. And politely go screw. Because we should not be in a world where an individual should have to build up every last ounce of courage to come out. And some folks, and one last thing I'll throw in there, some folks said, well, why does this even matter? Because representation is important. Do you realize how many young men and young women and non-binary folks just aren't comfortable enough in their own skin because of the judgmental and disgusting and homophobic nature of this society? It does a lot for these people to see someone stand up, be who they are, unapologetic and unafraid, because that is what gives courage. That is what breeds strength. When you see yourself represented in a positive way, that's what builds you up, and it just grows and grows and grows.
Yeah, I mean, good for Nassib. Is that how you say his last name?
I've been saying ever since I've been hearing his name. I've called him Nassib. Yeah, let's just call him Carl.
I'm gonna call him Carl. I'm gonna make it easy on myself because I'm so terrible with last names. I gotta hear him like 10 times before I can pronounce him again. You know how long it took? You know how long it took me to say Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I still
like
can't
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
I still can't say Giannis Antetokounmpo.
But no, I agree with you.
Giannis.
No, I agree with you. We need to not, judge people on their race, sexuality, orientation, religion. We should just be able to live their life. So when a professional athlete, comes out as gay, then instead of, looking at them and shaming them or being in a position where it's like you said, they have to use every ounce of courage and bravery to come out. It should just be like, good for you, man. And then no one looks at him differently. No one looks at him like he's, super special, and no one sees him as less than human. Exactly. He's just a person, because that's exactly what he is and who he is. He is Carl, however you say his last name, and he's going to live his life. And now I could talk about his football play, because that Raiders defense isn't great. but yeah, man. But good for him. Good for him. And he's been showing a lot of support from players and coaches.
Zach Banner from my Pittsburgh Steelers. Zach Banner from my Pittsburgh Steelers has come out in favor of him, and yeah.
So good.
Absolutely. All right, so let's bring in our special guest. This fella. He's a Twitcher. What's the prop? Well, yeah, he's a Twitcher. He's a Twitcher.
He's a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, he's a Twitch streamer here. This here is go ahead, Luke. Why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself for those who don't know? And of course, got the folks on your stream, they know who you are, but pretend the rest of us don't know you.
My name is Luke. I stream. I started on TikTok. Built up a following there, and then now I'm working on growing a Twitch stream. And
nice. Now, what sort of game? What are you playing on Twitch right now? Well, not right at this moment, but
so that's a tough question, because my whole TikTok account and everyone that really followed me at the start was all for Warzone. I was and that's still the majority of what I create content wise is Warzone content. But every time I play that game, I'm getting a little bit closer to to smashing my computer. So I'm slowly starting to change over to some other games. I'm playing more Apex. I'm gonna hop back into Overwatch, which I used to play a lot. Playing a new game called Splitgate. Geoguesser. I don't know if you guys have heard of that,
Yeah.
but I've been doing that a lot lately. I have some really smart people in my community that help me out and pretty much carry me through the games. So
Have you played Maneater?
no.
I just finished playing Maneater, and I had
He's on this game, man.
Dude, that was the only, like, at first I was playing a lot of Mass Effect. I was playing, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, because I remember playing the original when it first came out on 360. Yeah. And then I would bounce between that and the show. Mm-hmm. And then Maneater was available on Game Pass. And I just started playing it because it was like, I'm not spending money on this, but if I can download it for free, I'm checking this out. And that's the one where you play as a shark.
I was about to say, is that the shark one?
That's the shark one. And I played the hell out of that game.
Kane told me to look at that game like a while back.
I finished it, and the thing is with that game is that it's literally, once you finish the end, it's like there's nothing really like big about it. It's just like, all right, it's over. But it sort of does the old school GTA thing where it's like, yeah, you can just jump on land and start attacking people. Like, you can just fly out of the water and just be flopping around, but still be eating the hell out of people. It is awesome. And then when you start causing enough mayhem, then they're like, oh, the people of the bay have decided to call in a bounty. So everyone has done their crystal meth in their beer, and now they're on the water.
5-star on the shark.
Yeah, you can, and seriously, and they come at you, and they got all these different shark hunters that lead these teams, and they're just coming at you. And then after a while, they get like these deep sea diving guys that are like chasing you down, but then other animals chase you down. Like, you get to a certain point, like there's orca and humpback whales. I'm like, the hell is this?
You said it's free?
Yeah, if you have Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass.
I love Game Pass.
I love me some Game Pass.
Yeah, I lost that luxury.
Switching
over to PC.
Yeah, you can still get it on PC. They have a PC version of Game Pass.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and Game Pass, it comes with EA Access, EA Play, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
EA has like 2 separate apps, which is stupid, and it also sucks because you can't run the 2 at the same time. So when you do start running the 2 at the same time, neither one wants to shut down, so you have to hard reset your PC. It's the stupidest thing ever. EA is terrible, but you get the EA Access now also. With
EA Access is a part of Game Pass,
and it's big because Microsoft and Bethesda just had their big E3 press conference maybe a week or so ago.
Baby.
They showed 30 games, 27 of them are going to be day one available on Game Pass. So
including Outer Worlds 2, which
I'm super excited about.
I got to finish Outer Worlds. I love Outer Worlds.
I started Outer Worlds ages ago and I got phased out of it too soon.
I loved it.
You know what? I
grinded through. I finished it in like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
see, I run into the same issue. Well, see, I run into the same issue with certain games is that I'll get into them and then it's just like, all right, I want to play something else. Yeah. Plus, I put my headphones on and I'm playing the Xbox on my big TV, and then me and my wife are watching movies and stuff on the laptop. So I'm just like, I'm like this. Like this is literally like my whole life is 2 screens.
I wouldn't want you as my Warzone teammate.
You know what? You know what's funny? I don't do a lot of like online gaming
multiplayer.
I really don't. Yeah. I used to. When the first UFC game came out and on 360 that you could play online, I played that and Gears of War 2 religiously. Always, because I was the man in Gears of War 2. I know I'm tooting my own horn and I don't care. I was badass at Gears of War 2 horde mode. No one could take me on Gears of War 2. Word up, Jackie. That's right. Yeah. Gears of War 2 horde mode. I was the man. And then I started playing the UFC on and I was crushing people at that too. But the one thing that started getting on my nerves is people would just be trash talking so hard. It just got on my nerve. Like this one time I go in, this one dude's like, "Yeah, dog, I'm about to crush you. I'm about to wreak havoc on you.
About right
I
there.
got you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you." I tapped him out in like the first 10 seconds and he rage quit. And I was like, well, that's not fun. And then after a while, I remember I never forget one of the last times I played online. There was some 12-year-old kid and he started dropping N-bombs at me and just started whatever. And I finally got mad. And I was like, "Kid, you keep talking all that trash. I'm going to look up your IP address. I'm going to find out where you live.
My dad owns Xbox.
You're going to go missing. And I'm going to mail pieces of you back to your mom in a shoebox." Next thing I know, Microsoft is sending me messages saying that I'm bullying and making terroristic threats.
Oh, man.
And I was like, well, I'm done. If this kid can come on this stream and drop racial slurs at me and nothing happens, but when I throw it back at him, no. So I haven't really consistently played, like, done online multiplayer in a long time.
Okay, speaking of, I saw one of the commenters talked about Halo 3. I got a funny story about it. First off, I've been playing a ton of Halo ever since Halo Infinite I saw the multiplayer on it. I got really stoked, so I've been playing Master Chief Collection like nonstop multiplayer.
Love me some Master Chief Collection.
Reach, SWAT, Halo Reach, Halo 3 SWAT. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I hope SWAT isn't Infinite because that's about all I'm going to play. But one of my good buddies during the height of Halo 3, God, how many years was that ago? Anyway, he got caught by not Bethesda. He got caught by Microsoft boosting in Halo 3 and got slapped with a lifetime ban on his account. Because how you would boost is you would just need a friend, and you each needed 3 controllers, and you'd have 2 players, 6 guests. You get in a party, and when you go into an online Slayer match, it's 4v4. So you just walk away, and the other dude just goes like 50-0 and just keeps ranking up, and that's how you would boost.
Yeah, I remember finding
you got
lots
hit
of
with the hammer.
boosters. You find tons of boosters in Black Ops 2 when they used to have back insertions in Call of Duty where you could
that's another reason why I don't play online. I hate people that cheat.
cheaters.
That was another game I played. I played Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 was the game that made me quit playing online. Because people were trash talking. I didn't get a chance because as soon as I come in, it's like, all right, I'm getting used to this. This is kind of fun because I crushed the story mode in like 3 hours and I'm dead. Yeah, bitch, what you want? I'm like, this isn't fun.
Yeah.
Screw it. I'm just going to play by myself.
Yeah. Teabagging, that's what it was. Someone was talking about how you just keep kneeing on people. Yeah, teabagging. Halo 3 teabagging was top tier disrespect. And I got killed by someone and they started teabagging me. Wasn't even mad. I just laughed. It's just like it's 2009 again.
I don't have the patience for, like, if I'm playing a game, I seriously, yes, cheaters and hackers and the overly competitive types, they ruin like gaming and stuff. Like, even if I play a game, like, even if I play an online MMO like Star Wars, The Old Republic, I don't interact with anybody. I stick to myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the type of game. Like, if I play, like, I downloaded PUBG and I only played it because people I knew were playing. So I would never boot it up unless someone I knew was playing. Mm-hmm. And if they weren't playing, I wasn't playing it.
Yeah, and I really don't think they make enough games anymore for people like you that are just really long, well thought out single player story games. They're few and far between nowadays. Like really good solid ones that aren't buggy, and they even film all with microtransactions now. It could be a completely single player game, and you can spend an extra $150 on customization items where you used to have to go and grind and unlock them like in Skyrim and whatnot.
Yeah, or you do the recent Assassin's Creed angle. I don't think it was in the last game, but it's where you can get like resource and XP boosts for a single player game, and it's like 10-15 bucks. Yeah.
Like, who are you beating?
It's so stupid.
You're literally all you're doing is spending money to have the game playable for less hours.
Yeah.
You're getting to the end faster.
Yeah, and there's just no point in that. Like with 2K, I don't buy VC. I'd rather grind it out. I'd rather just play the game, enjoy the game, and slowly become a GOAT, not become a GOAT right out the gate.
Yeah.
And I mean, like right now, my guy is 83, I think. But I also have to up my difficulty level because I'm crushing on. I have to go up to, I think it's All-Star now. But no, it's just. And I definitely want to talk of some of our gaming topics with you because, you mentioned Warzone. That's your thing. There's new game modes, operators, and weapons coming with this Season 4 update that's coming out. So there's going to be there's a Resurgence mini game mode, new dirt bike, new weapons.
I'll say this real quick. I hadn't played Warzone in a hot minute until us on the channel, like some of us from Vendetta, started to stream it just for kicks and giggles.
Mm-hmm.
I have fallen in love with Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a Call of Duty guy.
So much more fun than the traditional battle royale. Like
we're going to talk Madden in a second, so I'm going to save my comment for Kane on that. We'll see now. Warzone. This is Call of Duty, correct?
Yeah. So Warzone is the battle royale.
You'll never.
Yeah. See, I like battle royales, but it just became so saturated. I was just like, and they were all the same. Rebirth, like you said, Luke, it saved the game for me. It brought me back in, and it's so much more fun. It's more fast paced, and I'm not struggling for 20 minutes to try to find cash to get a weapon drop, get my loadout, and then die from some 12-year-old kid that's chilling in a building camping.
Got nothing else better to do but like ruin the gaming experience for somebody
pretty
else.
much. Play a 30-minute match to finish, not even in the top 10.
Yeah. So what I will say about Rebirth versus the main game mode being Verdansk, the huge 150 player map, is the highs that you can hit in Verdansk with way more people and way more on the line are way higher. Like a Verdansk win feel like you're just shaking every inch of your body. Like it's super intense. Whereas Rebirth is a lot more closer to just that casual COD experience, which is why it's so many people and you and myself do like it more. But the Verdansk still does provide the way huger adrenaline rush that Rebirth is. You die, respawn, die, respawn, die, respawn. You don't care near as much about your life, which like the classic battle royale. But I do agree, it did save the game. Like,
I like battle royale styles because I love the movie Battle Royale. It's just I would rather play a game like that with people I know without deal. You know what I mean? Like I like the fact that you could have like your own chat, so you don't have to hear other people or deal with other people if you have your own party. It's just like I said. I think Modern Warfare 2 just left such a sour taste in my mouth that I just look at it. I don't do enough. Number one, I'm not social enough to get a game that's primarily for online multiplayer. If it doesn't have a story, I'm not playing it.
Yeah.
So, so what do you think? So with this new update for Warzone, I mean, it seems like this is a big deal. You see Jackson's pumped. I haven't seen his beard stand up like that in a long time.
What do I think about the new season? First, I heard you mention the dirt bikes. They are the most loudest, annoying thing. The concept is cool, but if there's a dirt bike within 200 meters of you on the map, it's the only thing that you can hear on your headset. So right now, I don't love the dirt bikes too much. But then all I can say is they nerfed my favorite gun. My favorite gun I can't use anymore because it's not good enough, and they added a new gun that's completely broken, and of course it has a customization pack in the store for you to purchase and get all the course. So that's what they do. But honestly, I really don't have too much positive to say about Warzone right now, even with the new season. Like I really am. I'm starting to phase out of it quite a lot now. And we were talking about hackers. Like, they still don't have an anti-cheat, like a system to be able to detect hackers easily and ban your IPs and get them out, like Fortnite does, Apex does. Pretty well every other big game has one. You have to get it installed on your PC in order to be able to boot up the game. Warzone doesn't have it, and that's why you see hackers that are somehow level 75 and they've been hacking the whole time, and it's frustrating.
I don't understand how an individual has like so little in their life that that's what they need to do to get their jollies. Go for a walk.
Yeah.
Why don't you go fishing?
Yeah. I see it being fun like once, like getting the hacks, being able to run in there, just wipe out the entire lobby, and just like feeling like a god once would be cool. But to sit there and do it over and over again, and then turn the game off and boot it up the next day and do it over and over again, it's like, what are you gaining?
Yeah, Jackie's right. See, me and Jackie are on point. Go touch some grass. Go watch a bobolink. You know, hey, the salmon may be spawning soon. I mean, I just don't get it. Like there's some sad ass cats in the virtual world, and that really just drives me nuts. Because see, I'm gonna date myself a little bit when I make this statement. I've been gaming since Atari. Okay, I had the home Pong, I had the Commodore 64 and the Atari 2600 at one point. Okay. And then when Nintendo, the original NES came out, I thought the world was on fire. Because and then I had Sega Channel. So I've been gaming a long time. Mm-hmm. And when I see these people that just like their only jollies are taking away the fun for everyone else, it's like, your mama didn't raise you right. You know what, Kane? I didn't slap you upside your big round ass head when you were doing your Tom Brady suck fest on my show. Don't make me slap you now. I wasn't playing an Atari in 1972, though. Okay, I was born in 79. I had an Atari 2600 in 1984, 85, 1972. Man. Oh, don't try giving me a purple heart now like everything's going to be okay. All right, let's go to something that I can talk to you a little bit about. And we're probably coming up against our first break. But Madden 22, they're showing, and I'm going to share my screen here so we can see it. They shared the new cover. First time in 12 years that we've had dual cover athletes. The last time it was Troy Polamalu and Larry Fitzgerald. Mm-hmm. I'm liking this new EA look covers to their games. I am liking it because it feels more authentic.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering how I'm going to feel about Madden because, matter of fact, you know what, Jackson, why don't we do our first break? Because I know we're right at where, we were talking about that we wanted to do our Twitch break. So why don't we do that, and then we'll go from there. Oh, do we have that ready?
Yeah. We could just run into a bumper real quick.
All right. You know what, Courtney? Yeah. Why don't we do a bumper? And while we're running the bumper, Jackson, why don't we do that Twitch break? So that way, for those that are subscribed, they're not getting absolutely nothing. We'll be right back here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show here on Vendetta Sports Media with our special guest, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Senior Luke. That's going to have to be your new screen name, Senior Luke.
I'll rebrand.
There you go. We'll be right back.
The following is brought to you in partnership by Symbol. Symbol is a new sports marketplace where you can trade shares of professional teams like stocks. You love sports. You interested in fantasy sports without the weekly annoyance of fantasy league upkeep? Then Symbol's the app for you. With Symbol, fantasy sports is going to a whole other level. How it works is simple. You buy Symbol shares for your favorite sim teams on the app. When your sim team wins, you get automatic cash deposits, and you don't lose any money when they lose. That's it. So if you follow trends across football, basketball, and baseball, and you think your team is a sleeper, simply invest in your favorite sim teams on Symbol and watch your virtual portfolio prove you right or wrong. And if you want to get in on the action right away, Vendetta Sports Media's got you covered. Go to symbol.app/vendetta and use our exclusive promo code VENDETTA, and you'll get a $10 bonus when making your first deposit. Symbol, taking fantasy sports to a whole other level.
All right, we're back here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show here on Vendetta Sports Media Network, streaming live exclusively on Twitch because we got status now. Yeah. And we're joined here by the man himself, Luke. Luke, are you a Madden guy? Do you play Madden at all? You're muted, pal.
My bad.
That's
I
good.
said, honestly, no, for sports games, I used to play a ton of NHL and a ton of FIFA, but Madden and 2K I never really got into.
All right, that's cool. Well,
Yeah.
the one thing about Madden for me, and one thing that I've been paying attention to, and once again, this is something that I pay attention to in a lot of my games, my sports games, is how good is the franchise mode. Because, again, I don't play online with
Single
people.
player side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like Kane said earlier, let me see if I can find it. He said something that was insightful, which is kind of shocking for Kane. Oh, yeah. Huge. I'm busting balls at this point. He has the.
I like it here.
One of his biggest issues with Madden is an issue that I have with Madden going online, and this is why I don't do it, is you spend hours getting your ultimate team right just to get into the game with the God Squad. And folks, if you've got the money to waste on this, my team or whatever the hell it's called, it's not fair, and it's not fun. It's just not. So I am slandering that. Well, I'm not technically slandering. Well, no, it's not in print. That print would be libel. So I guess it's kind of slander.
We do that a lot on my stream too. Don't worry.
But so I'm paying attention a lot to what they're doing on their franchise mode, and apparently their franchise mode, they put a lot of work into it. The problem is that they're still like the AI is still kind of off with some of the trades they make and blah blah blah. But we'll see. But as far as this cover goes, Mahomes, he was the cover guy for Madden 20, which, hey, and he didn't suffer from a Madden curse, so I give him credit for that. And this is Brady's first time on a cover, Jackson Ball.
Second time.
Okay.
I think he was on 18.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so this is only his first time, only his second time on there. I would have thought that he would have been on there a lot more. And you know what? Jenna's got a good point on here. There's so many things between no money spent teams versus people who do spend money. It's so divided, and she's absolutely right. No, he is not. I mean, I'm not getting into this with you, Kane. I'm not getting into this with you, Kane. You know what, Kane? Put your hand down in the dirt. Have a hand against your balls so you can put the ball in the hands of the person that's actually going to do something with it. Okay. Enough out of you. So that's enough out of you.
Specifically about the features that they've added in, it's a positive step. I'm cautiously optimistic about this game. I'm definitely not going to pre-order it, and I'm probably not going to buy it.
It's probably going to be on Game Pass.
The day one. Well, probably not because
EA Access.
Yeah, or EA Access, Game Pass.
You'll be able to get 10 hours of it the first time. EA is a bit too greedy. Where they're not just gonna let a game like that $70 walk out the door from millions of people.
I'm okay with waiting.
A lot of the stuff that they're adding behind the scenes in franchise mode, we've seen it in other games. We've seen it in previous iterations. So it's like Kane said, it's nothing new that they're adding. It's stuff that
they're just bringing it back.
It's stuff that the community has been asking for 8-9 years that they're finally putting in. And I don't want people to start patting EA on the back just yet.
Not even close.
Because I don't want this Madden game to be a crutch and be like, we did all this stuff the franchise mode like you guys wanted, but now we're gonna be lazy in other aspects. When you watch the reveal trailer for the gameplay, you see the exact same animations that have been in the game for 5 or 6 years. You see player models that look absolutely nothing like their real life counterparts. You see, like, when Patrick Mahomes drops back for a pass in the trailer, it doesn't look like Patrick Mahomes dropping back for a pass. It's generic drop back number 7 is what it is that they use.
Pretty much.
That it looks just slightly like Mahomes. And the builds look weird. The color scheme looks off sometimes. And on the next gen version for Madden 21, if it was a snow game, you would be snowblind because it was so freaking bright. And the only jersey that looked good on the next gen version was the Packers jersey to me. And then the lighting in, I forget the name of the stadium that the Vikings play in, but that was like the only place where lighting seemed natural or good in a sense.
Purple People Eater Stadium. No.
And just nothing about the trailer from a technological standpoint jumped out as like, this is a next gen game. This is what next gen gaming is supposed to be. It didn't look like that. So, and it's just a classic EA move where they're going to listen to the community. This is good stuff. This is good feedback. This is good. What's happened? They've finally listened to us.
But
we can't let it get in the way of the fact that they've literally touched nothing else in the game except for update the rosters and put in the rookies that are coming in.
You're absolutely right. And Mr. Brady, he said, Madden Ultimate Team has been a problem for years. What are the hopes? Zero. Absolutely zero. Ultimate Team makes so much money. They're not going to do anything. They're going to keep it exactly the way it is because that's what's making them money. They've got no incentive to fix it. And just like Kane said, when there's no competition, they're just going to do whatever the hell they want. And they're going to release the same game every single year and charge $60 to $70. $60 for the Xbox One and $70 for the Series X and whatnot. Now, and it's the same thing with 2K. 2K does the exact same thing. When you look at what they did with NBA 21 this year, it's the same game as 20. Except it's updated rosters.
It's the same game as 2K16.
Yeah. Now, if EA were to put real money behind NBA Live, I guarantee you 2K is going to improve. If 2K starts making, now granted, we're going to start seeing some changes in the sports gaming landscape in the next 5 years because right now 2K can do arcade style football. They can't do simulation, but they can do arcade style.
The best football game ever made is NFL 2K5, hands down.
NFL 2K5 is the best.
The bar was set with that, and like I don't know how many people out there have played NFL 2K5. Okay, here's a rundown. So if you're playing the game, you start the game up. You're welcomed by Chris Berman and NFL Live. Okay, and he's giving you a rundown of the game. When halftime comes along, he is not only showing you stats and highlights from your game, but other games that are going on in the game.
Yeah.
2K5 is simulating other games while you're playing and creating highlights. You could not be the Colts. You could be like the Giants playing the Cowboys, and then it goes to another screen at halftime or at the end of a game or during Sports Center. Sports Center is in the freaking game. Yes. And it is showing you highlights of Peyton Manning throwing a touchdown to Marvin Harrison.
This is all stuff that EA could have been doing with Madden.
It's from 2004.
For the last 10 years, EA could have been doing this with Madden, and they just haven't done it. Why? Because there's nobody pushing them. And when the 2K football games were coming out, they were $20, while the EA games were like $50. And bordering on 60. And I always got the 2K games because they were cheaper and they looked better and they felt better. Madden decided to, EA pulled the ultimate power move and they spent the money and got that exclusive licensing. And that's when we all started getting screwed. Mm-hmm. Now, I remember when NBA Live was the game. That was it. That was where it was at. And then we got 2K, and both games were like, okay, like the early 2000s were some of the best time for gaming and for sports gaming, especially because there were competition. I think we're going to get a renaissance of that, to be honest. This
gaming in general was just good too. Like
it really was.
That's when I got into big into RPGs, starting with Morrowind and Oblivion.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely. Oblivion to me is still probably one of the best video game RPGs of all time.
It's goated, hands down.
I can go back to that game and still see stuff that, yes, NBA Street Volume 2 is definitely goated. NBA Street Volume 2 is probably one of the best games ever made. I mean, if we had number one, that era of video games is just hands down the best. With NBA Street Volume 2, Oblivion. Remember State of Emergency?
Yes.
State of Emergency was an awesome game to play. And The Warriors was a great game too. A great fun beat 'em up that had a great story mode. But then we started getting COD, and then we got Battlefield. And I mean, I'm not saying that there's no place for them, because those games do have. I play Battlefield Hardline story mode.
You want to see that? I'll fix that later.
But and you know what, man, The Warriors was a great game. That's a game that needs a remaster, to be honest. But I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully, things will definitely start getting better, because I mean, and I'm excited. I'm even more pumped to get a next gen console, because I want that new Bethesda RPG that's coming out. That Starfield looks. That just sounds like. I mean, come on. It's basically like you're basically a Han Solo type character in this gigantic world. Ooh, baby, baby. I want it. I need it. I want it. I want more of it.
Yeah. Luke, is there anything? I know you haven't got to talk too much here. You're our guest. That's kind of rude of us.
Yeah, that was kind of messed up. I'm sorry.
But like, we were talking about games that were coming up earlier, and we kind of were transitioning into it there too. What's something that's coming out that you would really like to push hardcore on your channel?
Yeah, what would you have What would you have blasting on your stream that's coming out?
New Battlefield.
Battlefield, yeah.
Yeah, that's the main Battlefield, and then maybe Halo Infinite. I grew up on I started on Nintendo until like grade 7, grade 8, and then my first console was a PlayStation. So my only Halo experience growing up was like split screen at friends' houses. So I don't have like those amazing online Halo memories that most people have.
Yeah.
But I have always liked the little bit of Halo I've played. So Halo Infinite is definitely on my radar for that coming up. But I'd say especially the new Battlefield.
I'm so excited for the new Battlefield too. I cannot wait to get my hands on it.
Yeah, I played Battlefield. I still have Battlefield Hardline.
Battlefield Hardline, that was an underrated game. A lot of people hated on that game because it came after Battlefield 4, which was like the god tier Battlefield.
Thank you,
it's so good. Battlefield 4 is good. I just re-downloaded it to get back into the Battlefield hype again. Yeah. Battlefield 4 it's top tier gaming.
Yeah,
I'm definitely getting to the point where there are some first person shooters that I do have fun with. Like, I still love Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I still have a lot of fun with those. Like, if Jackson Law ever would friend me on Xbox, I'd probably play some Left 4 Dead with him. I gave this guy
the gamer tag.
I gave it to you like one of the first days we started talking, and it was like
no, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm sure you didn't. No,
I remember. I remember doing so.
I don't remember it. So
whatever. So what's going on? So right now you're doing I know you already answered this question, but I'm gonna ask you again. And what sort of because I definitely want to know. Because I do want to start getting more into the gaming stuff. I want to start checking out channels and stuff. With what you've got going on your channel right now, like, what's your next stream going to be, Luke? Like, when is it? What are you going to be doing on there?
Right after this, I'll be hopping onto my stream and probably going to be playing Apex.
Nice.
Apex is fun.
Yeah, Apex.
I haven't played Apex. I played Fortnite for a bit.
Yeah, I used to play a ton of Fortnite. Jackie's always trying to get me to play Fortnite up, but that's like 2-3 years ago. I can't get back into it now.
Yeah, it was like I was the same way with Fortnite too. It's like I played it early on, and then when I got my PC, I started really grinding hard on PC, and then I stopped playing it, and then there was just a massive skill jump.
Oh,
that is a hill that I could never
insane.
climb, and so I gave up.
Yeah. At like the first 3, 4, even 5 months of the game, it's like if you could build like a solid staircase, get height over someone, like you were good at the game.
Yeah.
That like if you saw someone like building up height over one, like you know that they knew what they were doing. And now, like the second you start shooting someone, it's just a cyclone upwards to the sky.
It's
I didn't know
insane.
people could do that.
I had a friend that used to stream it here, and he had a good following, but then he just gave it up. But yeah, watching him sometimes, I'm like, why did you not just kill the person? Because they just get into build battles. Like that's all people do, and it's just I don't understand it. Just I like games where I shoot them and I kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I'd say Apex is kind of in the middle of that between Fortnite and like Warzone fights and super fast, obviously, because you die really fast, and then Fortnite they can take forever because you sit there pressing right trigger over and over, building a wall in front of you. Whereas Apex I've found is kind of that middle ground where the fights don't end near as quickly as Warzone, but they can't drag on forever like Fortnite does. You have more health in Apex, you have more abilities to be able to get yourself out of situations, and I'm still learning the game. My stream knows I'm still very much learning the game, but I'm liking it a lot.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I might try to give it a try. I have no clue how to set up streaming on anything, so I'm just like not gonna.
It's a quick YouTube video. Trust me, I was like that too just a couple months ago.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I don't think anybody's gonna want to watch me play a video game. I really don't. Like, I don't know, like depending on the game, but I don't really even when I'm playing a game, I don't even really talk because I feel like it distracts me.
Like Brian, who else would have thought that someone would want them to watch video games? Yet there's an entire industry and people have lucrative careers.
You know what? I still remember
watching
when
them play video games.
You know what? I feel so stupid because when this first started, when streaming and all that first started, I was like, the hell am I going to watch someone play a video game for? I'd rather play the damn game. That's never going to be a thing. Well, I guess I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Because my kid, every time I talk to my kid, he's like, oh, I was watching such and such streaming this, that, and the other. And because my kid is like, he's like diehard Minecraft. Like he's a Minecraft genius. I don't think he streams, but like that's like every time I talk, what are you up to? Oh, I'm just playing Minecraft. I'm like, don't you play anything else? Shut up, Kane. If you know what, Kane, if I wanted your opinion, I'd rattle a zipper somewhere.
I'm a big Minecraft guy. Said who? Maybe like 10 years ago on my mom's laptop, I was playing.
Oh, I still play, dude. I got shaders on and everything. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's a whole new game.
I'll tell you something right now, though. The game that I'm planning, the main game, because see, my wife will tell me during the holiday season, what's the main game that you want or games that you want. This year, it's going to be Resident Evil Village.
Yes, Jackie, thank you.
It'll be Resident Evil Village for sure. I just got to start playing because I have Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. I have those remakes. I have to get the 4 remake. 5, I'm going to ignore. Even if they remake it, I'm probably going to ignore because I'm sorry, Chris Redfield punching a boulder just is stupid. I'm not going to play Resident Evil 6 again because, ugh. But I got to finish 7. 7 freaked me out. Resident Evil 7 freaked me the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that crazy redneck broad scares the piss out of me. See, yep. I find a lot of games now that it's easy to get bored. Like, I'll stop playing 2K21 for a while. I just started playing it again and I'm getting into it again. Like right now, the only 3 games I play on my Xbox, I play Mass Effect, 2K, and I play the show. Those are the only 3 games that I'm really playing because I just beat Maneater.
Mm-hmm.
So, and once I beat a game, it's gotta have a lot of replay value for me to want to go back and play it again. Otherwise, I'm just like, whatever. Oh, I don't know. Anything else, Luke, you want to throw out there at us? Because I mean, I know at least when we started talking sports, we kind of took things over a little bit. But
Yeah, tell. I know we got some of our viewers in here. You know, again, very appreciative of you, by the way,
absolutely
for hosting us on your channel. Of course,
Very-
big thanks. It's been fun to have all of your followers in here interacting. You know, that's definitely a goal that we have. We like interacting with people on this show and doing it live like this makes the show even better.
Yeah, and we definitely love to have you come back on, talk some gaming,
and for our viewers, just kind of tell them where they can find you: Twitter, TikTok, you know, your Twitch handle to watch you if they want to watch you.
Yeah. So I'll put it right in the. I can just put it right to your guys' stream chat. But for TikTok, my profile is .luick. That's where I started. That's where I. All
right, let me start following you because I actually TikTok Jackson though.
I know you do. I don't. Well, I've made a few for the sites, but I don't actually do them. We've got Mormundo, the TikTok guy.
Armando. All right, so what is it on TikTok? .luke?
Yeah, or if you just search LUEK, I'll pop up.
Oh, okay, I see you there.
So yeah, you can follow me there. That's where I post. Like I said, right now, mostly Warzone content between clips and comedy and whatnot. But I think I'm gonna start posting more of other games just because I'm gonna be playing more of other games as I'm starting to phase out of Warzone.
And you're primarily PC gamer, right? You're primarily PC gamer.
I bought a PC only like 3 months ago to start streaming. I've only been PC for a couple months. Up until then, I was Xbox.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? If you jump on the Xbox, Brian Death 316, we'll play. We'll find something that we can both mutually enjoy.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, Courtney's saying that we gotta take another break. We definitely want to have you on again, Luke, because we definitely want to talk some more because there's always something new going on. There's always some breaking news. So we definitely want to have you back on here again so we can talk gaming because you're a cool dude. I think you're a cool dude. Yeah, apparently Kane wants me to do a man-eater stream, but I don't know how to do it.
Maybe I'm gonna do one.
Brian, it's easy. I'll show you sometime. It's easy. Straight from your Xbox. It's easy.
Yeah,
I need to have a webcam.
That's where I started. Yeah, you plug in a webcam to the front of the Xbox, and Twitch sets it up for you.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My first couple weeks of streaming were from the Xbox.
All right. Stream Village with webcam.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
You know what? If I can figure it out, maybe I'll try streaming Resident Evil 7 on a webcam. Just because, like, I'm probably not going to get Village until probably not until the holiday season, to be honest, because but I haven't even finished. Don't I have to finish 7 to play 8? I probably have to finish 7 because it's a direct sequel to 7.
I know it gives you like a summary, like a 5-minute summary at the beginning.
Oh, all right. Let me talk to my boss once because I got some things moving on this end of my life. So once these things start settling down, you know what? I will do a stream for Vendetta. I'll actually do a poll on our social media to what games people would want me to do, and we'll go from there. It's just I probably won't be able to start doing it until probably August. So how about this? Matter of fact, Courtney, put it in the Tanndemonium archives. Luke, you can put them in your archives too, like anyone on your channel gives a shit what I do. June 22nd, 2021.
Somebody clip it.
June 22nd, 2021. Before the end of August 2021, I will start doing a live stream for Vendetta, playing a particular video game. I will do a poll to what you guys would want me to play. But my only stipulation, there's got to be more than just like 1 or 2 people in there watching. There's got to at least be 5 people. At least 5. So if you can give me 5 people that are going to get on The View and watch me play for my first couple of times, I'll do it. You'll probably beat me, Krieger. I'm not even gonna lie. Adam Krieger saying he wants to play me in the show. You're probably gonna beat me. I'm not even gonna lie. I suck at the show. I'm overall 76. I think this is like my second season in the minors. I'm on the AAA club right now. I've got, I'm probably not as bad as I think. I got the highest batting average on the team. But anywho, like that's saying anything. But all right, so there it is. In August, I will do a live stream, but I just need more than 1 or 2 people. I need at least 5 folks watching. Them's the rules.
I'll see if I can get any of. If you can't get the number, I'll see if I can get any of my people
All right.
over there to support you.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
Rate him when he's going live.
Yeah, sounds good.
Because you know what, I'll tell you the truth, man. Because there's some games, I'm not even gonna lie, I get pretty amped up in some games, and I start cussing games out, and I get real pissed off. Like I was talking bad about the UFC guy that rage quit when I beat him in 5 seconds. I've been known to rage quit games when I'm playing by myself, not when I'm playing other people. But I'm like, man, F this. I'm playing Mass Effect now.
Yeah.
No one judges me there.
I have I rent a basement apartment. I have upstairs tenants, and when I moved in here just a couple months ago, I was still kind of figuring out where my noise cap can kind of be at as far as how much Warzone's upsetting me. And quick funny story: Kane and my friend Austin were over. They were playing Warzone in my living room, and they had their headsets off, and I was last live. I was still playing. And I died, and I started yelling super loud. And then they heard, but I didn't hear, just stomping on the ground above me, telling me to shut up and be quiet. I didn't hear it. I start yelling again. And Kane comes in here, and he's like, dude, he grabbed my headset. He's like, dude, they're stomping like crazy upstairs, man. I was like, oh, really?
That's awesome. That is awesome.
I know. I gotta keep quiet too when I rage, because right next to me is my year and 3-month-old son, and I can't do any gaming until he's asleep. So it is quiet rage. It's an internal rage.
You're like Adam Sandler and Big Daddy when he's watching the hockey game. He's like, oh man, that's amazing.
Kane's not wrong.
All right, so Luke, it's so great having you on. It's so great shooting the breeze with you. We definitely want to have you back. Kane's the booker man for booking the guests, so give Kane your availability and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, and before people go, shout out to Jenna, Notoriety Sports, and Champagne for following the channel. Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely, thank you guys so much, and shout out to Jackie Jackie's becoming my spirit person right there. She knows Jackie knows the pain.
Yeah.
So we're gonna continue. We're gonna get some more sports talk in because we have some NBA to talk. We have some NHL to talk. We still have a couple of things to talk about here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show here on VendettaSportsMedia.com. Make sure you guys check out what Luke is going to have going on this channel. If you can don't leave us to go watch Luke. See if you can split your time between us. That would be great.
Yeah. I'll divide them up.
Yeah, just one on your phone and like one on a tablet or something, or
there
your
you go,
your laptop.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna wrap up some NBA and NHL right quick because we're so over. We'll be right back here on VendettaSportsMedia.com, live here exclusively on Twitch. We'll be right back.
The following broadcast is brought to you in association by XP Coffee Company. XP Coffee Company is the fresh brewed coffee made for gamers by gamers. Get amazing flavors like Choco Loco in 8, 12, or 16-ounce bags, or level up and get Illusion, Isolation, Nightmare, or the Majestic Throne blends in light, medium, or dark roast in whole bean, coarse French press, drip, or fine espresso in 12-ounce, 16-ounce, or 2-pound bags. Wow! Shipping worldwide. If you're in the U.S., go to usa.xpcoffee.co. If you're in Europe or in the U.K., go to www.xpcoffee.co. XP Coffee Company, for gamers, by gamers.
We're back here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show here on Vendetta Sports Media Networks, live here on our Twitch channel. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. Make sure if you have Prime, subscribe to us for free for a month. All it does is help us out more. Make sure you, especially Montreal wiping Toronto. What is? I thought Toronto was eliminated. The hell happened? I thought Montreal was getting took by the Knights. Anyway, matter of fact, guys, make sure you, especially if you really want to help us out, especially, like, share, subscribe, share us, around here while we're going here on Twitch. Subscribe to us if you can. And if you really want to help us out, go over to our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Vendetta Sports Media and help us out there if you possibly can. We have multiple tiers if you go over there. Shout out to monkeyknifefight.com as well, one of our main sponsors here. If you're all about getting in on that online gambling life, Monkey Knife Fight is for you. Use our promo code Vendetta, and they will match a deposit, dollar for dollar, up to $100. So you put in $100, you got $200 if you use our promo code Vendetta. Oh, thanks, Jen. I appreciate it. Yeah, Montreal did about kill some Toronto, and I was happy to see that. For some reason, Jackson, I'm not a big fan of Toronto. I love the city of Toronto, but I don't like.
Never been, so I don't have a I don't have an opinion.
Dude, the CNN Tower scared the ever-loving hell out of me. Like, if it wasn't for the CNN Tower, I probably wouldn't be afraid of heights to this day. But you know what? We're going to talk some NBA, Jackson, because, what? I felt really, really bad because, we're talking some hockey and stuff at points in time. And, last week you didn't really have a lot to say, and I felt really bad. So I felt this week we're going to talk some NBA because that's your wheelhouse. It's Jefferson Legal's time to shine. It's Jackson Law's time to shine.
Okay. My biggest take right now, and it's not even really a controversial take. It's about Ben Simmons. Okay. This man literally has no excuse. I have some stats saved up on my phone. Okay. Just take a couple of these. Like, this man was historically bad in the playoffs. Like, Atlanta had no business winning this series. Now,
you know what, Jackson? I'm loving hearing your analysis. I got to give you some love because this is your time. This is Jackson Law's time.
Yeah, it's Brooksy's time to shine, baby.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you've got some stats on the 6'10" Australian.
Just like real quickly here. All right, so free throws missed in the playoffs. All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
The Brooklyn Nets, 28 as a team. The entire team, Brooklyn Nets, 28. The Phoenix Suns, as a team, they look like they're one of the hottest teams right now. They look like they're going to be in the chip, competing for the chip. 29 missed free throws as a team. Ben Simmons, as an individual, 48 missed free throws in these playoffs.
Benjamin Aloysius Simmons. I'm bringing up our the brackets here. So go ahead.
And then the next thing that I have that I couldn't believe. Do you remember a man by the name of Udonis Haslem? He's been in the league for quite some time.
Yes, I remember the name.
He's still down in Miami. He says Udonis Haslem took more shots in the only quarter he played this season, 2 shots in 3 minutes, than Ben Simmons did in the last 6 fourth quarters that he played in. And we're talking in games that they lost to. Games that were in this series against these Atlanta Hawks, took 1 shot. He took, in the entire playoffs, I think about 3 shots in the fourth quarter. He was 3 for 3. So shouldn't even really be mad, I guess.
Well, how many assists? How many assists did he have at least?
Not many. I mean, But here's the thing too. It's like he has no impact on the game. Not in a positive way, really. He plays good defense. I'll give him that. But he's not a max contract player if he's just playing good defense. Tony Allen, throwing it back for Boston fans and classic Grizzlies fans. Tony Allen could do better from the free throw line. And
Bruce
point
Bowen.
scoring.
Bruce Bowen could do better.
They have no other option but to trade him. Okay, you have to blow up this experiment. You've got a great player in Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris, Doc Rivers is the Tobias Harris whisperer, as we have previously stated on this show. It's only when Tobias Harris is coached by Doc Rivers is when he is at his full potential. He did it in LA with the Clippers. He's doing it now with Philly. But Philly is all in, and Ben Simmons is literally holding them back. I used to make the joke or the statement that he had never progressed since his rookie season. This man has somehow gotten worse. His peak was his rookie season. You go back and you watch him in Summer League, he's a completely different player. He is in his head in the elimination game. And Joel Embiid called him out on this because Joel Embiid was asked what the turning point was. And he said it was this moment. Ben Simmons had a wide open dunk.
I saw
but
that.
He's so scared. He dumps it to Tyrese Maxey, who's a foot away from him. Tyrese Maxey gets hacked trying to go up for a layup and makes only one free throw. And Joel Embiid, you know what he said at his press conference? He said, I thought the turning point was, and then he said, I don't know exactly how to say it. And he's like, but when we had 2 points and it turned into 1. And that's what Joel Embiid was blaming as the turning point from when the Sixers ultimately collapsed. And as the 1 seed out east, lost to the Atlanta Hawks.
You can't do that. And here's the thing. With Joel Embiid, it's the same thing with Kevin Durant, because we saw the Nets get. Now, that was a much better series.
It was. And I still think
that was an amazing series.
I still think that a healthy Nets team wins that series.
A fully healthy Nets team wins that series. But the thing is
it went 7 solely because KD is the best player in the NBA.
Right. And that's the thing. As great as KD is, and Michael Jordan, we saw that with him in his first couple of years of the Bulls. You can have the best player in the world. If you don't have good players around him,
you're not winning.
You're not going to win. And Joel Embiid is absolutely right. Ben Simmons is supposed to be the Robin to his Batman. Robin still takes big shots. Robin still gets dirty. That's what Scott. If Ben Simmons was Scottie Pippen would have not only dunked that ball down hard, but he would have gotten in the defender's face and told him, "You're an idiot for trying to even get in my way."
I'm telling you, go back and watch Ben Simmons in the Summer League, his Summer League debut. The man is hitting pull-up mid-range jump shots. You don't see him doing that anymore. And anytime he does shoot the ball, he's second guessing himself so much. He's not in rhythm, and he's fine in practice. You see him. I've seen videos of him from like this past season where he does, around the world. If you've ever played that, where you start,
I played around the world,
one in behind the 3-point line, go all the way, then all the way back.
Yeah,
hits it perfectly.
It's basically it's the 3-point contest. That's all it is.
It's it perfectly the first time. In practice, and I get it. It's practice. There's no pressure, but we talk about practice. His shooting is so bad. There's a rumor going around that Doc Rivers is going to start making him shoot right-handed. He shoots left-handed, and they're thinking about making him shoot right-handed because literally he is so broken, and his value is so low right now. But if
can't even trade him at this point. No one wants him.
Almost. It's like if I'm Philly. You've got to get rid of him. You've got to find another point guard out there that can do more for less money, or you go out and you land a stud somehow. I still am part of it. I had a 3-team trade where it involves Vendetta Legends, Dakota. Yeah. Trade him San Antonio to piss chick off. Yeah, that would be really funny. But it's a 3-team trade between Philly, Dallas, and Portland because it helps everyone because Portland dumps off Lillard and CJ because They're not going anywhere. So they would end up getting Porzingis, who is unhappy in Dallas. And then they would also get Ben Simmons, who is just broken. And if they hit on him, great. If not, then they got a bunch of draft picks that come in.
So Portland would get Ben Simmons and Porzingis.
Yes, and then CJ McCollum would go to Dallas to give wing scoring, dominant wing scorer for Dallas to put alongside Luka. They don't really need another big. They got Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell. That will suffice. And then if they re-sign Tim Hardaway Jr., he's electric. They're probably going to give him a
boogie
money. And then Lillard would go to Philly, but Philly would also have to get rid of a young piece, and the young piece in my mind was Tyrese Maxey, who they didn't want to give up because they could have gotten James Harden, but they didn't want to give up Tyrese Maxey. So don't make the same mistakes twice, Daryl Morey. Go get Damian Lillard and give up Tyrese Maxey.
Well, what's hilarious, and you brought up Doc Rivers a couple of times, Josh Smith sounded off on Doc Rivers.
I mean, missed this.
Now, I'm not going to bring up the video, but I am going to read the quote. Yeah, Doc Rivers, you talk all that shit about Paul George and how Tyronn Lue was going to have the same offense. Shut your bum ass up, man. Mm-hmm. You know in-game adjustments have an ass, man. Start giving N-word their real credit, man. That's why your bitch ass has that karma on your ass, and you can't get past the second round. I'm like, wow. Hold it. There's more.
Oof.
There's more.
Big oof.
I finally get why your wife almost left you, man. You don't know how to make in-game adjustments.
Oh.
Everybody figured your ass out, man. You don't know how to make in-game adjustments. And nobody really like your cap ass. Yeah, you're losing your power.
Wow.
He's not a fan of Dr. Aloysius Rivers.
No, sir. Oh, that was great. That made my day.
Oh man.
Right there.
Now let's shift to the Western Conference for a second. Because so the Western Conference finals has already started. Phoenix is up 1-0. They're playing again. They're playing tonight. They're probably going to be getting started here soon.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of NBA draft lottery is tonight too.
Oh, okay.
That's at 8:30 Eastern, so it won't be during our time, but that's just another thing to look forward to.
Yeah. Now, no Chris Paul, no Kawhi Leonard. But I've seen people say they think this Clippers team is better without Kawhi. Now, I don't know about that. I'm no basketball aficionado, but I will say this. This team is going to have to keep it together because even though Chris Paul isn't in the lineup, you still got Devin Booker on that other side of the floor. And the guy that Courtney won't give any props to, even if you paid her, Jay Crowder, backing him up. So the Clippers are going to have to bring a lunch.
Until Jay Crowder gets a ring, Courtney is not apologizing to Trey. By the way, Trey is somehow developed this hard-on for Jay Crowder, even though Carl, shout out to Carl Heiser, Vendetta legend, still with us, by the way. He's a living legend at Vendetta. Pulled out the receipts where Trey was bad-mouthing Jay Crowder. So Carl with the receipts there. But I mean, honestly, really the only reason why the Clippers made it out of the last round is because Terrence Mann played the best basketball game of his life. Like, literally, the man had not scored that many points in college or high school. Like, it was literally the best basketball he's ever played in his life. So, but and give credit where credit's due. Paul George has played well down the stretch.
Paul George is someone that a lot of folks have been sleeping on. Paul George is a guy that I paid attention to Paul George when he was in Indiana. I don't know. There's just something about his game that I just always appreciated. So I think that if the Clippers are going to keep from going down 2-0, Paul George is going to have to play like a monstrous lights out game. He's going to have to be who everyone thought he was in Indiana, who they thought he could be. But
They
honestly,
are who we thought they were.
that's right. But I'll tell you the truth. I see Phoenix winning this one in 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's so finicky. I'd like for it to go to 7, just so that way there's the potential that Kawhi gets a little bit more healthy and can come back, or Chris Paul gets his rest and gets back from the COVID protocol, because like the injuries have sucked, dude. It's like I want the best basketball.
This series, this whole playoff has been snake bit.
I want the gods to fight each other and hash it out and just watch the unholy battle through a 7-game series.
I mean, that would be good. I would love to see that.
But we really haven't gotten to get that because so many of them have been injured. And there's a plethora of theories about that. Like LeBron was crying about it the other day. And it's like, well, first off, LeBron, the players union signed off on it. So take it up with Chris Paul, because Chris Paul is your representative to the players union.
All LeBron does is whine. If anytime LeBron don't get his way, he's
and not only that, but I have heard theories and people pointed out where it's like the reason why you have so many people injured, especially the younger generation moving up, is because literally from about the time they're 13 years old to the time they get to the league when they're 18, 19, they have never stopped playing basketball. Their body has not had a rest because they go high school, travel teams, AAU, back to school, repeat the cycle until they get to college, and then once they get into the pros, they're practicing nonstop all year round. When the strategy used to be, like Michael Jordan was really the anomaly where the man just grinded nonstop and was relatively healthy for most of his career. And LeBron's been the same way. LeBron's been the anomaly where he's worked nonstop and has stayed healthy. But for the average person, Scottie Pippen, what did he say? I'm not going to fuck my summer up, which is why he didn't play while injured, so he could be healthy, so he could go have fun. Like players go to Cancun now, but it's like they're not there for very long. They're there for 2 weeks, and they're back on the court.
Maybe if they did DDP yoga, they would
there you go.
Their bodies would be better.
What they need to do is take a break, slow down. Honest to God,
yoga.
Take like a month off. Like
while doing DDP yoga.
While doing DDP, do light stretching and a small shoot around, and that should be like the only thing you do.
I agree. While doing DDP yoga. I mean, not like I have a.
I agree with the goat man here.
Goat person. Well, I'm pushing DDP yoga hard because I'm actually training to become a DDP yoga instructor.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what? I would offer my services to the men of the NBA to help their bodies become finely tuned machines that don't break down as often.
Decked out head to toe in Vendetta Sports Media merch.
Absolutely.
Go to the website, get some merch.
Right. With my DDP yoga jack straps.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah.
Yeah, Trey, can we get on that, Trey? Some DDP yoga Vendetta a crossover, some merch.
I think I'm probably the closest crossover you guys are gonna get at this point. But I will say this though, the one thing that I am happy about is that none of the teams in the finals, none of the Final Four, have won a championship.
Yeah, and
in my lifetime.
Yeah,
so
it's insane, and really outside of Kawhi, none of the stars that are leading the teams have won a title either. So Kawhi's out, so yeah, that sucks. But like Paul George, he's never even sniffed the finals. Devin Booker, and Chris Paul too. This is the closest Chris Paul's more than likely ever going to get, and it's Booker's first time in the playoffs. The Hawks have had an incredible second half of the season ever since Nate McMillan has taken over, and they've continued to prove me wrong over and over again. Giannis
Antetokounmpo. Hey, I said his name.
Again, they're here. So, whatever, the last series was the last series. If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. He's here.
That's right.
And so now he's got a chance to prove that it's not a fluke that he won those 2 MVPs, that he's legitimately an all caliber, all time, all pro, top of the world player.
You know what? I'll tell you something right now. 5 of my favorite players well, technically 6 of my favorite players are in the finals right now, because I do love Kawhi Leonard. Paul George, I've always had my eye on him. Devin Booker is the man. I love Devin. I think Devin Booker is awesome.
Mhm.
I look forward to watching more of his game next season. I've always kind of liked Chris Paul. Giannis is cool as hell. And I'm starting to really get into some Trae Young. I'm really starting to like this dude, man. I'm really starting to like him. So I don't know, man.
It will be
want the
interesting to
Bucks
see.
shut us up.
It will be interesting to see, though. You mentioned Trae Young. The thing that stopped me from really liking Trae Young is that he is a foul hunter and baiter, but the league has come out today and said they are going to send all of their referees through training for basically to stop calling when you shoot a 3-pointer and your leg is like completely sideways like that. Or, you know, when what is it, like, you know, you jump to the side or you jump backwards and stuff like that, you know.
That's crazy to me that they really have to do special trainings. That's hilarious.
Admin said, was there an ad that ran that mid-7? I didn't hit anything.
I don't know.
Sorry
Wow,
about that, everybody.
Yeah, sorry
if that happened. That wasn't us.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. Well, this is still new. The training
This is watching Trae Young film. Yeah, just watch Trae Young film. Yeah. Or
there
James Harden, you know. And as much as I like Luka kind of does it too. So there's a number of them, which it's the ref's fault. It's the ref's fault, 100%.
I'm all for it. Hey,
you know, hey guys, guess what? You won't get ads if you're subscribed.
If you subscribe
to the channel,
won't get ads. Yeah, subscribe. But you know what? We're. You know what? I have to say now, because I have to stick with our schedule. That's about all the time we got. I definitely want to give a shout out again to Luke.
Something got an ad.
Oh, never mind then.
Don't know, dude.
I guess we're gonna have to figure out how to make our time work better, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
But I mean, I want to give a shout out to Luke again. Thanks so much for coming on,
for real,
sharing your subscribers with us. Thanks to everyone in the chat that's been involved and keeping it going. We really appreciate it. Next week, we got another guest. I don't know. Kane takes care of the booking. But he's getting a little bit too big in his britches. He's going to have to get slapped down a little bit at some point, coming in here talking all kinds of trash. You're just an offensive lineman. You don't get to talk.
Ooh, shade.
Well, see, this is what Trae wants. He wants more freaking conflict. Besides, I'm only playing around.
Trae's in his bed right now watching hockey, just cackling.
Yeah, he's just like, excellent. Good.
Just like you know, the Emperor, everything is going as I have foreseen.
Emperor Trey Patine. We'll be back next week. Are you going live for your next show, Jackson? Or are you guys pre-recording?
I mean, I was just a guest for and we're trying to figure out, because of the lottery. We may do something for the lottery. I don't know.
Well, then, hey, guys, stay tuned, because they might go live for the lottery. Who knows what's what?
But
you never know what Jack was going to do.
Yeah, but Balls Deep, the new fantasy show, will be live after us shortly. I forget exactly what time.
I think they said 8:30.
Yeah. It's 8:30 or 9 Eastern, I think.
Yep. So either way, take
turn
some
the notifications
time.
on. You know, it's just as easy as that. 9 Eastern. Yep. Okay. Just
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys.
Easy. That's all you have to do. Just turn your notifications on so you know when we go live.
Yeah. So with that being said, he's Jackson. I moved my hand here. He's Jackson Law. I'm Bryan Tann. We got Courtney, Don't Call the Plumber, in the control booth, taking care of everything. We'll see you guys next week. Same Tan time, same Twitch channel. See you then. Good night.